everybody, welcome to another episode of the Artist Who Left podcast. My name is Lilly.V, I'm your host, and I'm an international artist all the way from Cuba, based in Bangkok, Thailand. And for the past 10 years, I've been around the globe performing, learning, sharing my God-given gift, learning a lot for sure. And if you're new here, welcome to my podcast where I share knowledge, experiences, and tips for independent artists, musicians, singers. And if you're back here, thank you so much for staying here with us and always returning. That means that the ideas and all the content that I'm sharing out here in this space is helpful for you guys, and I hope that I get to inspire you and motivate you to go out there and get your dreams done. Like, you know, if you're starting in this music industry, I hope that you become a go-getter person, and I would love to see you succeed out there in the music scene and the music industry and around. And you know, like singer myself, like an artist myself, I know how hard it is sometimes to find the right information or find the right people to share their knowledge with you, especially in this industry. Everything is so competitive, and sometimes people think that sharing information, it will take a part of you and everybody can use it, and then you will stop winning, when it actually is something that you know, you learn and you realize that why will you not share all these good things that you know you research, or things that have been given to you through experience and things that you learn the hard way. And like I always say in the previous episodes, there's so much things that they don't teach you in school, and there's so much information there that I wish actually there's a lot of information that I'm sharing in this new season on my podcast, The Artist Who Left, information that I wish it was there when I need it. But I guess that was not the purpose of my journey. I think my journey itself is to the way that everything happened, and me being here today and sharing all of these things with you guys. And I hope you guys really appreciate it, and I really hope that you stay here. If you're just new, I hope you stay here. So don't forget to subscribe, like, share. If you know anybody, if you're not an artist but you still support what I do, you probably know somebody, a singer and a musician, somebody who really, do you think that will need this information in order for them to get out there and together. Oops. So in today's episode, we're gonna talk about versatility. And in the previous episodes, we talk about what makes you a professional artist, and the things that you need to cultivate in order to be better and grow as a musician and as a person. And one thing that I found very helpful is definitely versatility. And how many times have you been in situations where people ask you for songs, or you're really said like, oh no, that's not for me, I'm more of a soft singer, I think like sometimes we put ourselves in a box and let other people put us in the box, meaning that sometimes people connect with you, when people connect with your voice and with your talents, and you have such an angel voice, and then you think that everything that you need to do, or all the songs or the music that you need to play is soft and angelical and all that stuff. And that is nice. It's good to have a sound, it's good to have a style, it's good to be recognized in certain things, especially things that you work with and you say, okay, I want to work on my soft era voice, and you work into that. But if you're somebody like me who make a living from singing and performing and touring and all that, I think a key for success and a key for more opportunities is being able to sing and play different genres of music. And that's when the words versatility comes in. And before I get very deep into the topic, I would love to bring the concept of the word versatile. Like I did in previous episodes, I like to research a little bit about the topics that I'm bringing, and then associate all those things with my experience and explaining from the point of view of a performing artist. So, let's say the term versatile originates from the Latin word versatilis, which mean turning or moving. This root reflects the idea of flexibility and adaptability, capable of turning easily from one thing to another. In its most original context, versatility refers to the ability to engage in different activities or roles effectively. And over the time, this concept has been applied in various fields, including performing arts, where it really shows a performer's ability to adapt their skills, their style, or approach to suit various genres or contexts. And this is very important, and I'm glad that I did this research, because it kind of like reaffirm my thoughts and the things that I learned through the years. Like I was saying, sometimes sometimes we refuse to get out there and learn new things, and the same way that you shouldn't put yourself in a box of saying this is the only thing that I do. I always say this too, you also have to know your limits, and be very autocritic, and knows, if you do a full research about yourself, you need to know your skills, what you're capable to do. Not because I'm telling you today that you need to be versatile because you will get more opportunity. You say, oh my God, tomorrow I need to learn how to sing AC/DC song, when your vocals ability are not there. And I'm saying your vocals ability are not there because it's not impossible. And through this topic, I will explain this for you, based on my experience. And I think at this point of my life, I really consider myself a versatile singer, versatile artist. And it took me a while to understand that, because sometimes we only see things as the job, and I've been around go-getter people and a lot of like very successful people that before me understanding the journey and understanding mine, I realized that, like, okay, maybe I just need to do this because this is the thing what I should do, and okay, this is just the work. And you refuse to do some of the thing because you think it's hard. And yeah, it's hard, but sometimes choosing hard is good, especially if it's something that in long term is gonna contribute for you, and it's gonna contribute for your growth, and it's gonna contribute with your opportunities, and it's gonna contribute with your financial success. Like I say, I always repeat this, especially if you're somebody who make a living from a performance, for singer, for artists, and for musicians. So in today's episodes, I would love to give you 6 reasons of why being versatile is important for singers and for musicians. So the reason number 1 is adaptability to different genres. And like I was saying, versatility enables musicians and artists and singers to navigate through a very huge range of music, like from pop, from rock, from R&B, classical. And this adaptability is very important, not only because you can perform different type of music, also because resonates with different type of audience. And if you remember the previous episode, this can contribute as a way to connect and engage with your audience. Like, for example, a singer that is very good at R&B but can also interpret country music is not only more likely to attract diverse fan base, but it can also can book more gigs, and if we, like, I always, I always make the emphasis, if you make a living from singer, this is not your hobby, this is not something that you do for fun, even though it's fun to be on stage. You know, one of the goals is, get more gigs and be, get more money at the end of the day. So really, this flexibility will only increase the ability for you to get more gigs and more revenues, and you can even pitch your performance to different type of clientele. So the second reason of why being versatile is important for singers and musicians is enhancing creativity. You know, like when you explore different type of genres, doesn't just make you a better musician. It really expands your creative horizons. And what it this means, if you're somebody who, besides being a performing artist, a musician, a singer, you also write your own music, or you aspire to release your own music. I think that being able to sing and perform different style of music can play a huge impact on the way that your music, like your own, the music you created, will sound, because it will give you a bigger spectrum of sounds and experiences and arrangements. Like, for example, if somebody who sings pop but starts singing classical, you can definitely connect with certain type of melodies and use that on your favor to create like something that maybe it's not been done in the past. And when it comes down to music creativity, you can explore a lot of, and this is something that I actually can assure, because I remember when I first started singing maybe like one or two jazz songs. I was in a place where I was coming from clubs singing pop music, a lot of rock songs, and when I get to that place, it was a lounge place where I only sing with a piano, and I was coming from a place with you need to sing loud, and that was like more calm and more relaxed, and I really needed to work on my softness and finding that part of my voice that it doesn't sound too loud and it still doesn't hurt. So long story short, I start practicing with my computer and my recording microphone. So I was learning the song through, like, so I can hear the whispers, and I can hear the breathing, and I can hear all the stuff. So that will help me to, like, as soon as I get closer to the microphone, I will say, oh my god, this is gonna be too loud, so it's gonna saturate, and I'm already gonna get kicked out of the place. Anyways, what I'm saying with this and how this really helps your creativity, I found myself later on creating music and writing music and creating melodies that it was 100% influenced by that specific sound. And like, I started listening to Sade, and I started listening to Chanté more. So that's which first sound like very softness, and then I start creating music and start writing music and recording music that have that type of sound. So that's a good thing, because then you can also discover the things that you like and put it out in the music that you would like to create. So yeah, I think that's a good thing. And having that variety, that having that versatility and creativity, it can definitely helps you to innovate and get a refreshing sound, and a world with everything is really oversaturated in the market. And you can discover, I think you can definitely get deeper and discover a little bit more of your sound, and discover a little bit more of like how creative can you be with your music and with your performance. Like, I think to start closing this off, something that just come to my mind in this topic is that imagine that you have all this knowledge in different type of genres, and it really happens that, for example, you're on a recording studio, and a producer plays a beat. You will hear how one line of a song can create different melodies accordingly to the people who are there. You will think it in a way, and I'm sure it's gonna sound beautiful. But how about the people in front of you listen the same line of music and it's coming up with completely different melodies? You know, how beautiful is that? And that only comes from the experience that you have and the music that you hear and the music that you sing and the time that you spend learning and trying to know more about music and about genres and all that stuff. So moving to reason number 3 of why it's so important to be versatile is definitely you will get better performance skills. Like we say, being versatile, it really means that you're developing more skills, which means that you will have more live performance abilities, like whether it's mastering different vocal performance or learning an instrument or knowing how to play different instruments will not only be good for you as an artist, but also will help you with engaging with your audience and giving or having other very long last impression for them. Imagine that you are a pianist or a guitar player, but you can also sing. That definitely help you to engage with them and show your skills and what you're capable to do. You know, like an amazing performer skilled person. I mean, I think last year around this time I went to see Bruno Mars, and everybody can agree with me that Bruno Mars is one of the most skilled, talented musicians out there. And I say musician because also as an artist and as a singer, he's absolutely incredible. But being on stage and see him on stage is one of the most fulfilled examples that I can give you, because you definitely get cultivated by his vocals abilities and how amazing he is. But you know, he takes the time to show how great, you know, not just decent, how great he is like playing piano and making moments there, you know, and people getting absolutely nuts with his performance. And then how you just pick up the guitar and how you just like play an amazing solo and everybody's like losing it. And then how he come up with a whole band and make a whole dance, you know what I mean? Like, having that ability is the best example of having performance and skills and helping you to connect with your audience and helping you to connect with the people that are around you. And you know, I don't think you need to wait to be in a level of Bruno Mars to being able to do that. Some people get very, you know, like hold back, and you know, don't. If you know how to do these things the right way, just go there and show it up. And because if you prepare, you can definitely do it. And yeah, don't hold on these things, you know. And go there and give us your best shot of the night, you know what I mean? That will be absolutely amazing. If you're somebody who's multi-skilled and you're afraid to show it up because what people might think, and what people, you know, sometimes I can see how you know, we can hold back because of what people might think about us. Like sometimes people might say that you're showing off or whatever, but this is just whatever people think about it is just a reflection of their thoughts and what they think about themselves. So don't hold back. And this is also an advice for me, and I will tell you later on, because I feel like we hold on too much, and we are not there giving us 100% all the time. We're afraid of being too loud or being too much, or trying to, you know, if you're a nice person and you do things from your heart and you do things because you love them, don't be afraid to show it to the world, because you know, you don't know who you might be impacting in that time. So moving to the reason number 4 of why it's so important to be versatile, and this is like the increase, like being versatile can definitely increase marketability. And we are in a very competitive music landscape, and versatility can be a huge marketing tool. An artist, a singer, a musician who are openly capable and openly comfortable with switching up or moving through different music styles would definitely will have more opportunities of collaborations and performances and everything. And this is something that I told some of my musicians in the past. And sometimes when you come from school, and like, let's say it happens often with pianists, and yeah, it happened often with pianists. Like, you probably have a very nerd jazz teacher that really gets in your head and say that nothing that is out of jazz is great. So you focus yourself on being the most skilled nerd jazz pianist ever. And I'm not saying that that is wrong. I've seen amazing jazz pianists who can turn an upside can turn the piano upside down and play the craziest soul song. And I mean, definitely being able to play good different styles of music will get you a bigger ways of to collaborate and more opportunities to perform out there. And you have to you have to show it. You have to show it that you are there. And you have to show like those skills, or the way people wouldn't only call you for the jazz or people. And I think like I was saying, we get so caught off on what our teacher teach us, and we think that that's the only thing. But you don't really see the potential. If you're able to play all of this music, why are you so afraid to not try other things that at the end will only take you to more opportunities and more collaborations, and take you places that you probably think that it didn't exist, or you probably think that there was no space for you there. You know what I mean? And you can always go back to the things that you love the most. If there's something, like if you're definitely into jazz too much, you can always do to jazz. I'm not saying that having being versatile in exploring of other music genre is a bad thing that will take you away from the things that you really love. It's only bringing positive things and positive impacts to your career and to the opportunities that are being presented to you. In this direction, another importance of being versatile is the ability to connect with diverse audience. And sometimes music definitely can create certain type of gaps between people. And for example, I was saying in the beginning that I consider myself a versatile artist. And why did I say that? Life in general, like my music career, had molded me into opportunities and circumstances where I had to learn things on the way I was there. And why do I say that? Because like I say, many of us, we get into our head that we're like, oh no, I don't want to do this, or I only want to do this, or I don't think I'm good enough on this. And I think life, in my experience, life have thrown me in all the experience. And the other day I was having this conversation with someone that I met in the jazz music scene, and this person told me, oh my God, Lily, you had improved so much. And at the time I was like thinking, I was like, what do you mean you have improved so much? I'm a singer, you know what I mean? And I mean, and that opinion was based on the first day that I performed in a place where it was my first time ever playing that specific type of music, and obviously I was nervous. I was so nervous. I was a little stressed, and um, I still took the opportunity. I still said that, you know what, if this is what it's being put in front of me, I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna just do it and try to get better. I definitely did my research. I study. I practice like crazy. So that's the thing that, and as that situation, it happens the same way with um, traditional Cuban music. I remember being in Cuba, and I always say this, even from Cuba, people might assume that I'm been listening Latin music since I'm in my mom's belly, but the reality is that my house, even though it was not a musical house in the sense like none of my family is a musician, my dad and my mom, they're both engineers. My sister is a lawyer. I actually studied law and all that stuff, and I think my grandmother used to sing in the choir, but no, not like that was not her profession. Even though I'm from Cuba, in my house my dad is a lover of music, and he loves the Beatles, he loves Stevie Wonder, he loves Nat King Cole, Eric Clapton. So I was listening to Whitney Houston, and sometimes I was listening to all of these people without even knowing their name. I'm in Cuba, 7, 8 years old girl, listen to English music. So when I went to college, I wanted to, continue with my singing as I was doing in high school and, primary school and everything. And I remember there was like a small band, and one of my friends who was there, she works in the school, she was like, Lily, I think you should audition for this, from this band. I think you fit perfect for them. And I was like, no idea about traditional Cuban music. Of course you grow up and you learn a lot of like the popular songs and Besame Mucho and all that stuff, but not like I went there and have to play it in front of big audience. And it happens that right when I did the audition, like 2 months later, the main singer got an opportunity outside, and she said, well, I have to go. And the band leader of the band looked at me, okay, Lily, now you're the front singer. I'm like, what the heck? And in such a short period of time, I have to learn how to play maracas and play the clave and play the güiro and learn how to sing and dance at the same time, plus learning about a new music genre. And I was like, oh my god. And deal with the comparison of everybody. Oh yeah, she's okay, she's pretty, and she's like, she sings beautifully, but she's not as strong as such and such. I got all that comments all the time, and I can see how many of us can get into that thoughts of like, I'm not really good, why will I just do that? But practice made progress. And I think after a while, not because I was the greatest, I think after a while I showed my improvements, and people don't even talk again about the other singer. I become the main singer of this band, and nobody really remember the other singer. Even though I still look so much after her, because that she was the inspiration, and I got the opportunity. And that was like my experience with traditional Cuban music and salsa and Latin music in general. And then when I came to Asia, like a couple of years later, you play in clubs and you have to sing top 40s and rock music. And I remember the first time, this is a funny story, and I always say everybody, the first time I came to Asia, my contract was in Abu Dhabi and Dubai. And I really didn't speak English or even sing English songs. And one of my first English songs was Paradise City by Guns N' Roses. For somebody who doesn't know how to speak English, that's a no-no. Because even people who speak English will never sing that song. And I don't know what was the reason for the person to decide that I was good enough to do that song, but I hate it in the moment. I'm like, what the heck? I'm just getting myself into it. But eventually, I was so committed to learn the stuff. Like years later, everybody was like, Lily, just a rock star. Your voice is raspy. Even though I didn't like it to hear my voice was raspy, because most of the time my voice was very damaged from 6 nights with performances would not stop. So, I mean, I think I'm saying so much about my experiences, but my whole point is to that when situations come to you, say yes and analyze the situation, and then you can always just take the challenge. I'm a person who I was like, I will take the challenge. I'll do what I can. I study. I will work my ass off, and then that's only gonna contribute to you to have like a bigger set list, like a bigger amount of songs to choose, like a bigger ways to connect with your audience. You know what I mean? So having that possibility, it only gets like through experience and learning and taking the challenge. In this direction, I want to bring the number 6 reason why being versatile is so important, and it's really improving your resilience. The music industry, it can be so unpredictable, so versatility plays a huge game. And remember when I told you that in the like earlier, that somebody said, Lily, you have improved so much. I remember that when I did that gig, it wasn't a jazz club, and I sing a jazz song, or something that we associate with jazz and stuff, like Nora Jones, and I don't know why, but having a full show in a jazz club that people go there to listen jazz, it was one of the biggest challenges that I have to get, because what happened, it was that it was just right after COVID. I was coming from clubs, top 40s, but that was not the thing that was happening at the moment, because after COVID, they want like people not to be dancing or to close. So everybody eventually decided like, oh, I just want to make something that people can sit down away from each other and have a good time. And I was like, I never seen jazz in my life. I remember looking at these musicians that were very young, and they looked so much after me, and I was terrified. And long story short, after doing that gig, more opportunities keep happening to me for jazz gigs, and all that type of music. And eventually I become the jazz singer, and I was like, I don't even sing jazz like that to be called the jazz singer, but that was what people were. That was what people was related to me at that time. And then opportunities on Latin music start happening, and then like, oh, okay. So being able to adapt and being able to go through all that journey, it can only be positive for you, because now I'm not only get called for the jazz gigs, but I also get called for the Latin music gigs, but I also get called for pop gigs. And when I'm doing my own shows, or when I'm going to a place where I'm being hired to do like 2-3 hour show, I can pick from all this type of genres and make a show a completely different and entertaining. Because what's the point to just do one thing and not being able to please all your audience and being out there? It happens when you work internationally that you might find people from all around the world, and some people might like to listen jazz. Okay, I will sing these jazz standards, and boom, it's like, oh, there's some people that want to dance. Oh, might as well go there and sing some Latin music. And like, oh, people just want to hear pop music. Okay, maybe I need to learn some of the popular songs, like right now, like Sabrina Claudio. No, Sabrina Claudio is another artist, but like Sabrina Carpenter, or Dua Lipa, and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So that can only like it works the same for musicians. I really love to work with musicians that are able to take on a challenge and are prepared and say like, yes, let's do it. And sometimes we get too much into our being perfect and have things the right way, and that's important. Having getting the things done the right way is very important, but like I said in the last episodes, having fun is also good. And not every show is gonna be perfect, but you can always have fun. Even everybody make mistakes, and everybody make sing the wrong notes or play the wrong key, or but if you're able to evolve, if you're able to overcome those little mistakes and make it part of the performance, then you could. I think by embracing versatility, you can definitely hit you can definitely move and hit a higher level of all your capability and everything that you're able to do and on stage and with people, and the opportunities that will be automatically be open to you for having that knowledge and that experience. And I think that you can definitely learn a lot and grow, and not only for you to get more shows, more gigs, more money, but also if you're somebody, like I said in the beginning, like you like to work in your own music, having the influences from all this type of music can definitely be a huge plus in the way that you create and the way that you come up with your own sounds and the way that you write, and the way that you express yourself out there from a very personal level. In that direction, you will definitely be working in like a longevity career, meaning that in the music industry, longevity is something that definitely is very useful in the music industry, and the ability for you to help other people from the experience that you accumulate through the years is something that is the most fulfilled thing that you can have as a person and as an artist. Like I said in the beginning, what's the point of having all this knowledge and not being able to share, and not being able to help other people to become to become their better self? And you know what I mean. There's not such a thing as, if I share this information with somebody, I'm passing by my secrets and I won't get more opportunities. There's no way that the things that I'm telling you to do that works, and the things that I'm telling you to do that I have to go through in the past, and you go there and apply it, it's not gonna be the same, because I am me and you, and I'm just giving you the theory, and the way that you practice it is your own ways. And it's beautiful to go out there and being helpful and share, and see how the people that once ask you for advice is out there and killing it, and being successful and having gigs, and having all these amazing opportunities. So why not to take that and make it a part of your legacy and your story. And the other way, it's definitely a huge thing for your personal growth, because it definitely promote the desire of being better, and creating habits and goals. And like, if I know there's a type of song or genre that I never sing, I will definitely put myself into study and learning and creating schedule, and knowing about, like, for example, I like to know about the history of the songs, or the person that I'm the singer, and try to find the meaning of why did this person wrote this song, and why did she mean this, and what did she mean when she was writing this. And that can definitely help to connect with the song a little bit more and the style a little bit more, but also you are contributing to your growth and your knowledge, and like creating those little small habits that can only be good for you and for your future. So closing up this episode today, when we're talking about versatility, I want to make these 6 points very clear about why versatility is so important. So we definitely enhance your creativity. Second, you will get better performance skills. Third, you will definitely adapt to different genres. You will increase your market, and you will definitely connect with a huge diverse audience. And number 6, you will definitely improve your resilience and will work in yourself. I hope that this episode of today it's been helpful. I hope that from now on you decided to take yourself in a trip where you're exploring and you're learning new stuff and you're learning new songs, new styles, new genres that only contribute to the well-being of yourself, and also bringing you out there with more opportunities, getting to know more people, and have a better performance, and going out there and connect with the people that eventually will become your fans. And sometimes like I say, the way you learn these things can influence and your creativity process. The better you connect with your audience, eventually these people will become your fans, and they even if the music that you write is not the favorite genre, they connect with you on a certain level and the way you are as a person, and they will definitely become they will definitely become potential fans. And who are we without our fans and without the people who support us? And we have to give them something also as well, not only the favorite song but also the growth and the things that we overcome, and how these people can feel relatable with your story and with your journey. So one more time, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being part of my journey, and I hope this information can help you or can help somebody that you know. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you haven't watched any other previous episode, please watch it. I will leave it right in the description or anywhere on the side of the screen. If you're listening in Spotify, I will leave my links of my social media, Facebook and Instagram, everything, so you can follow there so you don't miss the next episodes. And I hope to see you soon. If you live in Bangkok or if you live around, I hope we can meet at some point. And yeah, I'm sending you guys a big hug, a big love, and I hope to see you in the next episode.